Hi my friends, this is Jay and this is Jay's Knit and Purl Jam. I hope that you had a safe, I hope you had a good spirit for Christmas, even though it was a Christmas we've not ever experienced before, but at least we are one of the fortunate ones to be able to see another Christmas. So sometimes you just have to give yourself that little extra to just see things and see that there is, something good is going to come out of this. Of course, we're sorry for so many who didn't get to see this Christmas. And of course, I hope that we will see 2021 and that it's going to be a much better year. Oh, yes. Well, how are you? We're doing fine here. We're just sheltered in. We didn't have the family get together or anything. I called family in Florida. I called my sister on the other side of Atlanta. The other kids, they celebrated Christmas at their house. And we just had to just be, just like you. Just kind of send hugs. But we really couldn't hug. So we just had a quiet day as usual because, my husband and I, we just do our thing. I was just mainly working on new projects. And that's when I got the idea, I need to come on and just let my friends, my family, my supporters, my YouTube family, of course, know what I have in mind for next year, for 2021. And it's something, a few years back when I first came on YouTube and I was really doing, my sweaters and a lot of, I had my own little style of accessorizing them. And I kind of missed that. And I looked and lo and behold, did you see those intro pictures? You see all that fabric I have? Those are supposed to be some accessories that I was going to make and do, and then I kind of got off kilter, got off track because, you just start trying to see what people like and where, get people to watch and but after finding all that fabric while I was cleaning up stuff, I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it another try. It's not that much sewing, so we're not getting into sewing. These are just accessories, just like I had before. Talking about accessories, let me ask you this. If you're old school like me, do you remember back probably in the 50s, the 60s, early 60s? Do you remember when we used to wear poodle skirts? Well, back in the day, see if you remember, we used to have a scarf called pom-pom scarves. Do you remember that? And this is my little version of a faux mink pom-pom scarf. Of course, we didn't have this back in the day. They were kind of fuzzy material. I can't remember what they were made of. But I just remember having some white ones. And they would be so cute. Well, like some of the girls who were older than, I was still in early middle school or just getting into high school. But the high school girls that were older than me, they would wear their cardigans backwards. Everybody thinks that's new, but it's not. I'm here to tell you, they would wear and wear the buttons down the back, and then the front, of course, is plain, and then everyone would wear their pom-pom scarves. They may had some pink ones or blue, whatever it was that they were able to get. Now, we didn't make them, we just bought them, I don't remember anybody making them. But I think they were called pom-pom scarves. And then we always wore like the felt skirts or what we call poodle skirts. Remember, they always had a little poodle on them or a little rabbit or something fuzzy, a little cat. And then you wore your little ballerina slippers with the little very low socks. Very thin and low socks. And ballerina slippers, or back in the day they were called pleated toes. See? Look, she's got a mind. Look, I can remember. They would wear pleated toes. I never could wear those. My feet were too tender or something. Because there was nothing on the ground. They were just like what they were called, ballerina slippers. And had the little rubber that goes across the foot. And you'd wear the very low, thin socks. That's what the upperclassmen would wear. In my grade, or around my age, we wore the black and white rock and roll shoes with our poodle skirts. You remember? Rock and roll, black and white. Boy, we kept them polished. They were so pretty. You didn't dare go to bed without making sure your shoes were polished. Oh, I just threw that in. I don't know why I went into reminisce. I couldn't help it because I made this. And this will be one of the first. I will film this and I will show you how I made my faux mink pom-pom scarf. And, and look, I'm wearing my sweater. Now, I just went ahead and put it on real quick. I didn't try to steam it nothing, and I hope I got the ends woven in. Now, for all those that made the sweater, this was our first sweater like this top down. We've done cardigans. So now we just need, when we come back again to make this style sweater, then I will show you how I'm going to tweak mine. It's a good fit. You don't throw away numbers that fit well, where what's in the places that fits you just fine. You tweak places that don't. So I see that I need some tweaking in the neck. I think my neck needs to be taller, more rows. I see that we need to take some of the stitches from the front and the back and put into the top of the sleeve. We don't have to redo everything. We just need to tweak. And that's what I'm going to share with you. So that's something. I'm going to, we'll tweak this, and then far as the pictures that were on when you first came on, when the video first came on, those are the accessories that we're going to be working along with our sweaters. 2021 will be a year of sweaters. Okay. We'll just wait for those that just, okay, this, it's not, but everybody's not interested in sweaters. Or some people just don't have the desire to do that much work. Okay, this is for those that, remember what I said, if you get into knitting, knitting will get into you. It takes practice, people. And, I'm going to take you step by step, just like I've done, help you get a good fit. I've put so much out there. We may as well now start to enjoy the journey. Instead of trying to come up with, I'm going to design new sweaters, and I'm going to show you how to take a half a yard of fabric and make it a beautiful accessory. That's all the sewing. Now, we're not getting into sewing. Just all right. So that's what I wanted to come on and let you know. I'm going to go to the counter, and we're going to go through some of the fabrics. I won't let you see it close up, since I'm not really doing a project on this. This is not a tutorial. This is just me sitting and chatting with my friends. And, I'm trying to encourage myself as I encourage you, as you encourage me, that we can just keep going for 2021. Keep doing things we love to make. We're makers. It's not about, we're not in a race. It's not for everybody. Maybe what I do is not good, it's not for everybody. I see stuff, what things other people do, and it's not what I'm interested in. So I just, I flip over to find something else. Nothing against anybody else, but I understand. You just have to find, something that you really want to not only grow in, have your faith stretched, but that you really want that feeling of achievement. I knit a sweater. Was it perfect? No. Was it all that great? No. But you know what? I'm going to practice, practice. And that's all I wanted to share. So one more thing, let me put on one more thing, and then I'll be right back, and then we'll go to the counter. Like I said, this is a night I just invite you into my studio, see my little Christmas setup, and just enjoy each other's company as we wind down the year and get ready to start 2020. Oh, excuse me, no, 2021. Say goodbye. Let's do it. Say goodbye to 2020 and hello to 2021. Is that a little excitement? All right. Give me just a minute and I'll be right back. Well, I thought I'd also go ahead and try this on because this is going to be a gift. And, it has the cowl, but I wanted you to see how just that little simple stitch, like I say, in knitting we would call it the chevron stitch or the zigzag stitch, but as you saw the book, they called it in crocheting the ripple stitch. And I forgot I had that book. And then I found this yarn. I mean, this is yarn. It has to be at least 6 years old. People. Oh my gosh. And I did buy more. Oh Lord. I treated myself. Jay was good this year. Jay was a good angel this year. But I wanted you to see how it looked to wear this simple little ripple-like scarf. Just real simple. Because once you do the stitch, it creates a border on each end. That's what it does. It's ripple. And you could wear it. Let's see. Like I said, I have the cowl over there. I won't try to put it on too. But you know how you V it down. Oops. I showed you that's my mirror I keep. And then don't forget to see your pearls. See if I can put my pearls up. Gotta have your pearls on. Oh my. What do you think? See if the camera will pick this up. What do you think? So, I thought, this is going to be pretty, but this is a gift. So both pieces are going in the bag. By the time they see the video, they would have got, because it's for Christmas. This video won't come out till after Christmas. This is my preview of 2021. Well, are you ready to go to the counter and kind of see what I came up with? I want you to just take a minute. Go get something and just sit down and just let's just talk and let's just ooh and ah and let some ideas run free in your mind too. Because I know you have some things that we need to use it. So I'll be right back and we'll get started. So now I wanted to show you some of the pretty fabrics that I found in my stash. I have, some of this is new and some of this is quite old. So I'm going to start with a few pieces of the new. Joanne has gotten some new beautiful fabrics in. I just walked in, I wasn't even thinking about fabric. I hadn't even thought this far or this idea. And just that quick, I saw this fabric and I knew I had to have it. Because, like I said, I love to make scarves to go with my sweaters. And back in, a few years, if you remember seeing some of the sweaters that I made and how I made the scarf. So I'll do a new, updated, better, a newer, better scarf tutorial to make it real simple and a lot easier and just to the point. And then I will also do my pom-pom scarf too as part of Jay's accents. Now, let's get to the things I want to do real quick. All right, first of all, when I'm deciding on a piece of fabric, of course, I want something that's going to drape pretty and look really pretty. I don't know whatever it is, rayon, not silk or anything, but it's a nice fabric for a nice scarf. And I only get a half yard. I only need a half yard. You don't even have to have that much, but just to keep it, because you know they're cutting sometimes is awful. You come home and you think, my God, oh, sometimes the cutting is just so bad. But this was simply a half yard, and then I will, of course, I'm going to, when I do the tutorial, just a new and better updated tutorial, then I'll show exactly. I don't hardly measure. I don't hardly do anything. It is so simple. And then I always try to go ahead and pick out buttons. I suggest, if you like this, you know, what I'm going to present, always get your fabric first, because the yarn is easy. You can find some kind of yarn to match up. Whether you have to buy some, or you can look in your stash, some of the old yarn that you need to move. So I would always, if you think, Jay, I think I might want to try that, then find a few pieces of fabric. And like I said, the sewing is very minimal. You will not have to do, but you know, it's not that. And I'll show some from last year or a couple years back. But anyway, real quick, this is just how I matched it up. That's that. Look at that blue. This will be, I believe this will be the first cardigan that we're going to do in 2021, because I have a special little knit stitch that I think you're going to like. So I probably will match it with maybe a gray yarn. Instead of trying to go blue on blue, I think I can do it with a light gray. Something like that to bring out the lighter value. And then this will be, will be the dark. And then of course I always try to get buttons. I always go ahead and try to get me some buttons to match. Alright. So now there's one. Now let's just look at another one. I just want to show you some of the new ones that I got when at Joann's. Alright, look at this one. Ooh, I had a theme going here, like a paisley or something. And then I found these, look at these buttons. These are, they were probably on sale. I buy a lot of my stuff, of course, on sale. Nothing wrong with a sale. Girls got to have a sale. Oh, let's see, can I turn my camera just a little bit, and then I can pull this over, or pull my camera over. There we go. So look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It was the color and the print that drew me. And then these buttons I already had. So that's what I did. I just matched it up for the video. And all of a sudden it came to me, why don't you match up buttons and the fabrics? And let's start there. Like I said, once I get my fabric, then my mind really starts clicking. I just like, oh yeah, this, that, this. All right, in no particular order, let's try another one. Let's do another one. I'll leave that over, put that over here. These are some from Hobby Lobby from years ago. Look at that, but the fabric, all the fabric came, I think most all this fabric came from Joann's. Like I said, some of it's new, and then some of it's really old that I've just had, and I never did get back around to doing the accessories when we were doing the sweaters. So a lot of these I had yarn already in mind when I bought the fabric. We just didn't get around to it. People, look, I can only do so much. But there's that. Look at that beautiful floral. Isn't that pretty? All right, let's just look at another one. I just want to look at a few. I want you to get excited too. You know, if you hadn't done this in a while, and you're older like me, or your kids are grown and you're there, and you know, let's do something that we like. Let's do something for us. Let's enjoy this time that we have. I'll just turn it. See, can I turn it just a little bit more so I can get the fabric in here? All right, there we go. Isn't that pretty? Now these are some buttons I had, and I try to go ahead and put the, like I said, I was just watching TV and it came to me, I need to match up the fabric and buttons. I have so many buttons. And then I had to go through the whole thing looking for buttons. Some I could find both cards, because I usually try to buy at least two. When I buy buttons, I buy two cards or whatever, because I never know what I'm going to use it for. But look at those beautiful fall. I think those are pretty fall colors. Those could be fall colors. Don't you think so? The greens and the pretty soft orange jewel tones. All right, let me show you this one, the next one. Oh, as soon as I walked in, I saw this fabric. Oh my, look at this one. Now I'm just kind of making a mess here. But look at that. It's not a pink. It's a salmon type color. It's really pretty. Look at that. And I had these buttons. Like I said, they were on sale. I had them for, I don't know, several years. And I thought that black was just, and I bought two. Now, the buttons will go on the sweater. So that's why I always try to pick up the, because we're going to do open down the front. Most of these will go with open down the front. So I may have other fabrics that we can do with the other style. But, of course, now I'm going to be working bottom up and top down. So it just depends on what stitch I find to go when I'm designing the sweater. We have the Wendy Bernard books. We have those to work from. We also have, I got some other things I'm planning for you, but I don't want to say too much. I'm not one to, because sometimes you just don't get to it. But I've already reviewed the Wendy Bernard book, so we have those. But yes, we will be working bottom up sweaters and get numbers for that. If you haven't done a bottom up, it's been years since I've done a bottom up. But that was mainly what I did till someone really started asking me, Jay, do top down. And then I just, like I say, if you get into knitting, knitting will get into you. So I got into it, and man, am I glad I did. Someone just had me to just stretch my faith that I could do it. And now I love it. But look at that. All right, let's go to another one real quick. I'll move this one. This is in no order. This is just I'm just pulling them off. You saw the pictures, but I wanted you to see the fabric itself open. Okay, now look at this one. I know I had this one several years. I bought this one several years ago. And you can see how thin it is, so this is going to be more towards the spring. This would be pretty, maybe for Mother's Day. Oh my gosh. And look at these buttons. These are buttons I already had. Look, these are buttons that I already had. But wouldn't that be pretty for Mother's Day with a beautiful, look at that color. I don't know what you'd call that. It's not a bright fuchsia. It's more of a, I don't know. But like I said, it's better to find your fabric first, because the yarns, we can easily find something to match in yarns, or close enough. Just looking at this, you might, of course this goes on the sweater, but I could also change and get yellow buttons. There's some little yellow or gold or mustard color in here. See, there's a whole range of ideas already. Of course, black, you see the black. But I just thought these were perfect. And I had two cards. All right, let's go to another one. Oh, I see one we need to pull over here. All right, now let me move this one. Oh my word, when I saw this piece of fabric, this has been a few years ago. I bought this piece of fabric, maybe a couple of years ago. I saw this fabric at Joann's. I had the buttons. I'll bring them close. Look at that. Is that a perfect match? Oh, I just love when I can match up things. And I can just see a beautiful, well, since the buttons are green, we're probably looking at a apple green, some type of apple green color, or some type of green, because the button's are already green. I really don't want to do a black sweater, so that's probably what I would be looking for. I don't think I'd want a pink or the red. That's too much. But the green would be just it would be just right to make this fabric pop. We already have the big floral in the pinks and the reds, so we need a green cardigan or some type of green open down the front sweater for this lovely piece of fabric to make a scarf. So now there's that one. Let's go. Let's change up a little bit and get something a little different. Oh, can you say spots? Oh, look, everybody's got to have a little leopard, or is that leopard, or is that cheetah? What is it? Look, Jay, don't know your animals. Okay, but I had these beautiful buttons. I remember when Joanne had these buttons in the sale bin. They cleaned out a lot of their buttons, and they threw a lot of them in the sales bin for a little of nothing. Let's see if the price. No, the price is not on here. But originally they were $5.95 for one card, and I think I got them for $1 and something. So I bought two. I mean, I stood there for I don't know how long. It was more than 30 or 40 minutes just looking through them, trying to find matching up buttons, trying to find at least two cards. But I saw these and I thought, you know what? Look at that. Is that showing up clear? Is that close enough? Isn't that pretty? Oh, I see what you think. Yeah, see? You already got something in mind. Wouldn't that be pretty? Of course, black. Or, since the buttons are wooden, these are kind of a wooden, I don't know if it's real wood or fake wood. But anyway, also a brown, a soft brown could, in fact, I looked at a brown just the other day. It was on old, I was looking at Red Heart Soft. You know, that's the one Red Heart that I use, Red Heart Soft sometimes. They had a brown. I don't know if it was light as this, but I'm sure there's some yarns that we can match this up with. So if I didn't go black, I could go brown. What do you think of that? All right. Well, let's see. Since we're still hitting on the grays, let's move on to this one. This one, I remember I got this at Joanne because it came in several different colors. It's a pretty floral. Now, I hope you can see that. This one is gray, but I also have it in red. They had it in purple. I didn't get all the colors. Let me show you the buttons for this one first. What did I do with my buttons? Oh, Jay, you done lost your button. Button. Who has the button? Oh, here they are, over here. These are buttons I had from probably another sale, because I would always, if they were on sale or in a bin or something, clearance, I'd just buy it and then hope I could always match it. But these matched up great. Look, I've got 6 of those. That would be a cute little sweater, more of a vest style. I don't know. It's real cute. And then the long, pretty scarf. But this is gray. So now let me show you. I did get another. Like I said, they had this particular print in several colors. Here's a red. I got this at the same time at Joann's. Here it is in red. Like I said, I do believe they had it in purples and other colors too, but I could have some other bags with some of the other colors. I don't know, but I just remember these two. And look at these buttons that I had. They were on sale a long time ago for $1.50. And I thought, ooh, that's pretty. Now, I may not use these. I was trying to just make sure I had something for the picture, but I don't know. These, I'll have to see, because I don't know what type of sweater yet that I would use with the red. They're not a big, I don't know yet. So I'd hold off on that one. But let me show you one. I've just got a couple more that I think I'll show you. Okay, look at this one. Now, I saved these buttons for a long time. Woo! They were on clearance. And they were $4. They were originally $6. But I got them at Joann's. Ooh, way years ago, for $4 a card. And when I saw this, now this is one of their new fabrics. I just bought this. And I remembered when I saw it, oh, I've got some buttons. Isn't it funny how you can remember all the junk you have? I knew I had these buttons. And when I saw this fabric just recently, so I just bought this. This is not an old one. This is some of the new stuff they have in. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at that. Oh, my word, it's so pretty. Now, according to the buttons, this could be another gray, maybe a really pretty gray. I wouldn't, well, it could be a light cardigan, a light sweater, light color, not white. It's hard to find a pretty soft, a pale pink could work. Like I said, or the gray. And there's this funny looking walnut shell. Look like it's a walnut shell or something, kind of a brown. I don't know if that's showing up on camera. But even that. But like I say, we can find yarn. Because, we've got, there's so many sources to get yarn. And for those that like the hand spun and want to buy from independent dyers and things, the sky's the limit. But I suggest you get your fabric first. Okay, one more. And then we'll just, let's see, I want to show you this one because this is the one that I got years ago and never got around to doing the cardigan. I don't know if I showed it to you at that time, but I found this pretty black and red plaid. I guess you'd call it a plaid. Now it's showing up really bright, but it's a very dull. It's very low key. It's not bright as maybe the camera showing up. But what sparked it was when I found these buttons. They're kind of a red with a fade to black. Maybe if I just show one at a time. They're red, but they fade. Now look at that. Is that not a match? Look at that. Oh my word. And I was so sad every time at the end of every year for the last 2 or 3 years, I would see this piece of fabric laying in my little fabric. I had a little basket. And I said, oh, I never did get around to making my beautiful, because I really did want a black sweater, a cardigan or something, so that I could do these buttons on there and then hang the scarf around my neck. Well, I just wanted you to see some of the fabric close up. I wanted to give you some ideas so that you can have time to go ahead if you think you may, like I said, get into this with me. I'm going to try to make the sweater simple, the construction simple, but then I will always try to give you a pretty or simple stitch. And being fluffy, I don't need a whole lot of stitching on my sweater. So we're not going to sit there and cable up the front and cable up the back. No, we're too fluffy for that. All I need is just a little taste of a pretty stitch here and there. And then we add our accents. Well, this is my plan for 2021. Kind of stepping back. You'd consider this more vintage, wouldn't you? Stepping back. We're going forward, but we have a little touch of the vintage. Well, Bird, what do you think? Are you on board? I hope, my friends, that you are. I hope this gives you a little excitement. And like I said, I'm going to do a new tutorial, new, simple, easy one than the one I did the first time. Make it real simple, because all we do is just make a long tube, turn it inside out, and sew the ends or whatever. Just very simple. They're just accents. We're not getting into knitting scarves. I mean, knitting professional scarves and selling and all that. No, these are just accent for the sweaters that we're going to knit. Make sense? Alright, so I can't think of anything else. I just happened to see this pretty flower sitting over there. Oh my gosh. Oh, isn't that pretty? I just happened to see that laying over there. Oh, I'm matchy-matchy tonight. Well, my friends, my fans, my supporters, my YouTube family, thank you so much for a wonderful year. I just feel like we were in here together. You know, I felt that, you could lean on me and I could lean on you. And we are, like I said, the fortunate or the blessed ones. We have made it through, and hopefully help is on the way. And but it's not going to be a quick turnaround, people. We're not going to be back to what we'd call normal, I don't think. So we may as well just sit down and enjoy the life that we have where we are right now. Everything has a season, and this is just our season just to, I guess, just go with the flow. I thank you so much for a wonderful year for its making. I want you to stay safe. I want you to keep your spirits up. And I want you to meet me back here in 2021. And we will start the whole process over. We'll just start over. We'll just turn the channel, turn the page, flip the switch, whatever it takes, so that we can start over. And until we meet each other in, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everyone, everywhere. This is Jay, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.